Now that people have started to return home after being displaced by the flooding, it can be a difficult issue for children to deal with. And joining us this morning from Butler Hospital is Judy Sheehan to talk about how families can cope with the stress. Thanks for being here this morning, because I think this is a really important topic. You know, a lot of people go through almost a grieving period when they realize that the kind of the stability that they just counted on as being there is all of a sudden taken away. And I imagine that's so much more for children whose world is kind of shaken by this type of event.
Well, children really depend upon their parents' stability to feel stable. And if the parents are disrupted, which of course they are, and they're preoccupied and they're busy and they're trying to get their life back together, the children can sort of fade into the woodwork. And we can miss the fact that some of these kids are feeling extremely stressed. And you may see grades start to drop, nightmares, anxiety attacks, irritability, more arguments within the family, things like that, that is not a permanent thing necessarily, but is in fact reactive.
I would imagine can go on for longer than a parent might expect, you know, because the people may be back in their homes right now and just starting to see some of these, I don't know if you'd call them symptoms, but symptoms appear. How should a parent handle that?
Well, I think that making sure you talk about it, really talking about the fact that this was an unusual event. It doesn't happen all the time. That yes, you survived, you did what you had to do, and that understanding that sense of community, that sense of being in control, having something that the kids can control, whether it's helping them put back together their room or a garden or something to retain a sense of ownership so that they can begin to accomplish something again.
At what point does it cross over into something where a parent really needs to seek out professional help for their child?
Well, I think it's for the parent and for the child, both folks. You know, you think the flooding's gone, the sun is out, everything looks like it's normal again.
Right.
But you don't feel normal.
For a lot of people, they've moved on.
That's right. They've moved on. People have stopped talking about it. It's not normal anymore. Inside, people don't feel normal. If extended stress response, which is what we call it, starts to interfere with home, relationships, if the child or even the parents themselves feel as if they're slipping into sort of this sense of not being connected, not feeling as if there's real meaning anymore, it almost becomes a crisis of sorts.
And that's at the point when you should call in a professional.
When it starts to interfere with life.
Judy, thank you so much for being here this morning. We really appreciate it. And if you're struggling with trauma following the historic floods, we've got much more information on our website. All you have to do is head over to foxprovidence.com. Time now to get a